people, it's me, Anja. My pronouns are she and her, and welcome back to my channel for my most underrated books of 2022. Even though I read a lot of books last year, it wasn't as difficult as I was anticipating to narrow down this list because the majority of the books that I read in 2022 were popular new releases. So without any further ado, these are the top underrated books that I read last year that I think deserve so much more recognition and attention than they actually received. However, that may be different to you, but this is just my perception in my circle. But anyway, without any further ado, the first book on this list is called Required Reading for the Disenfranchised Freshman. For those who don't know, this book is a YA contemporary following a young black college freshman who is grappling with the challenges of attending an elite university with a racist history that isn't as distant as it seems. This story is absolutely so fantastic, and it definitely amplified my expectations for the author's next book, which I believe comes out January 24th, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm absolutely so excited for it because this book was so good. First of all, the plot was so intriguing and so engaging. The characters were so well developed and so distinct. The friendships were so authentic and so well done. Even the romance made sense. Literally, this book is so good and it deserves so much more hype because it's absolutely so fantastic and it's so good. The academic conversations felt so authentic and so timely and so important. This book is absolutely so fantastic and it deserves so much more hype. So with that, I would highly recommend it. The next book on this list was definitely underrated in my circle of the internet, but it wasn't underrated on my channel because I feel like I talked about this book literally so much in the past year, and that is Burn Down, Rise Up. This story, if you didn't know, is a YA urban fantasy following a Sapphic Dominican main character as she starts to investigate the mysterious disappearances that have been happening in the Bronx for the past year because her mom's mysterious illness seems to be connected, and there have been rumors circulating that those mysterious disappearances are connected to an urban legend, and basically this book was marketed as like Stranger Things meets Get Out, if that makes any sense. This book is absolutely so fantastic and it was so good. The world building was so inventive and so immersive. The plot was so intriguing and so engaging. The characters were so well developed and so distinct. The sapphic romance was so well paced and so lovely. The friendships were so wonderful. I was so invested in the story because literally I had no idea what would happen next, and I was so like on the edge of my seat every single page. This story is so good and it's absolutely so fantastic. So anyway, all that to say, I would highly recommend this book. The next book on this list is called Confessions of an Alleged Good Girl. This story is a YA contemporary following a young black main character who is a preacher's daughter, and it follows her on a journey of loving herself and her body after discovering that she cannot physically have sex. This story is absolutely so fantastic and it's so good. First of all, the family dynamics felt so authentic and so well done. The plot was so intriguing and so engaging. The friendships were so lovely and so wonderful. The romance was so cute and it was absolutely so well paced. I'm so excited to read the author's next book, which I believe is called My Week with Him, and it comes out in July, because this book was absolutely so good. I already had high expectations for it before going into it because the author previously wrote Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry, which was absolutely so good and so fantastic. So I'm so glad that this book not only met that expectation but exceeded it. Literally, this book is so fantastic and it's so well done. The topic surrounding sex, especially from religious families, is so timely and it's absolutely so important. So anyway, all that to say, this book is absolutely so fantastic and it's so good. So with that, I would highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Meet Me in Mumbai. This story is a YA contemporary told in two parts, set 18 years apart after a mother's unplanned pregnancy leads her to give up her daughter for adoption. So the two perspectives in this story are the mother and the daughter. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but basically the story was so good and it was absolutely so fantastic. First of all, the writing was so lyrical and so beautiful. The plot was so intriguing and so engaging. The two perspectives were incorporated so well together. I had low expectations for that element since the two perspectives are set 18 years apart, so I thought that it would feel jarring, but honestly it didn't. It felt so well done and so well incorporated, and the two characters were so well developed and so distinct, and their stories were so well done. They were both so individually well developed and also together well developed, if that makes any sense. This story was so good and it was so fantastic and it really deserves so much more hype. So anyway, all that to say, I would highly, highly recommend this book. The next book on this list is called Anatomy. This story is a YA historical fiction set in 1817, and it follows a young girl who is a surgeon and who teams up with a boy who sells dead bodies for a living, and the two of them team up and they uncover hidden secrets. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but this book was absolutely so good, and I'm so excited to read the sequel, which is called Immortality, and it comes out in late February, if I'm not mistaken, because this book was so good. First of all, the world building was so immersive and absolutely so inventive. Second of all, I would highly recommend this book for fans of Stalking Jack the Ripper because it gave me the same vibe. It was absolutely so atmospheric and so well done. The plot was so engaging and so intriguing. The romance was so well paced and so lovely. The two characters were both so well developed and so distinct. Literally, this book is so good because it was absolutely so intriguing and so immersive, and I would highly, highly recommend it because it was absolutely so good. The last book on this list, and certainly not the least, is called Bad Things Happen Here. This book is a YA thriller set in a town with a history of unsolved murders, and it follows a young main character desperate to start investigating when the mystery hits too close to home and her sister is now dead. This story is absolutely so fantastic and it was so good. First of all, the characters are so well developed and so distinct, and I really enjoyed the representation in the main character because she is biracial, black, sapphic, plus size, and she has depression, so we love to see it. The plot was so intriguing and so engaging. The sapphic romance was so well paced, and it was absolutely so lovely. The friendships were so well done, and the sister relationship was so awesome. This book is so good, and it deserves so much more hype because the writing was so lyrical and it was so beautiful. This author is so talented, and her books deserve so much more hype. Literally, this book is absolutely so amazing and so well done because it was so well paced and so well developed in literally all of the elements. So anyway, all that to say, I would highly, highly recommend this book because it was absolutely so incredible. So in conclusion, these are the top books that I read last year that I feel like are the most underrated, and they deserve so much more attention and recognition than they received. So basically, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the koala emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!